Hey all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm outside and I'm going for a little walk while I tell you a story. The story about the time I missed my flight on my way to Trinidad Carnival. So if that's something you're interested in, come for the walk with me.
Feel it in the air from the time I wake.
So as we all know, I went on Bakanal this year, 2023, and what was that animal? Okay, don't know what that animal was. Anyway, I went on Carnival in 2023, so I'm out of breath. It's not that I'm unfit. It's just going on this little hill, and I'm just like, whew. So we started down there, right? And now we're here. I have to catch my breath. Back to your story. So I flew with Condor. Somehow I'm wearing their colors. Yellow is their main color. From Frankfurt. I live just about 3 hours drive outside of Frankfurt. So I would usually take a train to get there. So my flight was a Sunday at 10:15, I believe. And I need to take a break. My flight is 10:15, so I left. Obviously, I need to get there 3 hours ahead, which must be there at 7:15. So I left my flat like around 3 in the morning to take the train to get there. This was a bad idea. So I had to take a regional train to get to the long distance train, and then I'm basically taking that long distance train straight to Frankfurt. I thought the connection was really good, and that's why I got that connection. So the regional train worked out perfectly. It ran on time. I was on a long distance train, and we were going between Düsseldorf and Cologne. Now what happens on a long distance train is that basically you take off, and just after we leave the main stations, they take off really fast, and I think they reach up to like sometimes 300 kilometers per hour. So as we left the Düsseldorf train station, the train was about to take off. Like you could feel the gas going, and then immediately a hard brake. If you have not taken trains, this is not a good sign. So I'm like, you know what? No need to panic, relax. It's very early in the morning. It was just about 5 a.m. that time. And remember, I left him at 3, which means I was up since 2. So I'm like, you know what? Just relax. What could it be, right? So we were sitting there for about, I would say, half an hour. And the announcement that they made is that we are stopped for an emergency for an indefinite amount of time. They cannot say how long we will be stopped here. Okay, so now I'm starting to panic because I'm like, well, what does it mean? I don't have an indefinite amount of time to like wait, you know? So I'm like, okay. Now everybody on my train had luggage. So it's not just me going to the airport. A lot of people are going to the airport. This train is going directly into the airport. All right. So then they start passing around to give like these vouchers that you need to sign up for when your train is delayed for over an hour. So now I'm starting to panic. I'm like, are we going to be sitting here for more than an hour? So then when the guy comes to me, I ask him, I'm like, hey, what was going on? I'm like, you'll say that it's a medical emergency. So if it is a medical emergency, why don't we just go to the next stop and let the person get off and get the medical help that they need? He was like, we hit a person on the tracks. At that point, I'm just like, this man's playing games with me. What he means we hit somebody? So I'm like, what do you mean we hit somebody? Like a person was on the track. He's like, yeah. So the protocol is that everybody has to stay on the train, and the train cannot move until the investigation is complete. I'm like, so investigation, like how long we talking? You know, because investigation sound like it needs some time now, boy, and I have a flight to catch. He's like, yeah, well, there's nothing we can do. We just have to wait here for the police to come. And then began my waiting game, and I just waited and waited and waited, and just literally just watched the hours pass by. We had to wait for the police, then we had to wait for the criminal police, we had to wait for the fire services, we had to wait for the ambulance. All these people had to come, do their checks, to take away whatever they needed to take. And it was just extremely nerve-wracking. And when I literally just sat there for hours, and I was taking some Instagram, like updating my Instagram with what was going on, and people actually thought that I was joking, but guys, I was not joking. I actually was stuck because my train hit a person. My train collided with a human being at 5 something in the morning. At this point, what could you really say? Nothing. We couldn't do anything. At some point, they said that another train was going to come alongside and take us off this train. That never happened. So basically, we ended up staying there for about 3 hours. And so when I finally got to Frankfurt, I literally got to Frankfurt exactly when my flight was taking off. So they couldn't put me on the flight. Obviously, I also had luggage. So I'm there and I'm thinking, what do I do now? Condor flies once a week on a Sunday. Today is Sunday. The Condor flight just left. And I'm thinking about just price tags is going off in my mind. How much money I already spent on my costume, the tickets that I already purchased. You know, what to do next. Nice car. And so I started looking for tickets. I started looking for tickets in the airport. If you've never been in the airport and tried to buy a ticket now, it is a very, very expensive process. And I would not lie to you, the whole time I was thinking, is it really worth it? Like, maybe I should just go back home to my flat instead of trying to buy a new ticket. But I told myself, you know what, this is the Carnival return. By the way, if you have not seen my videos about Carnival, please, I'll leave the link up here. And I bought a ticket. And that's basically the story of how I missed my flight to Trinidad Carnival, and I had to buy a new flight on the spot. It was definitely an experience. Clearly I needed to learn that I need to always have travel insurance. So your girl got that one time. It was crazy. Anyway, that's my little story time for you guys about the time I missed my flight because my train collided with a human being. Don't ask me what happened to the person. At that speed, the person could not have possibly survived that collision. So, yeah. Be careful around trains, guys. Well, I don't think it was an accident at that time of the day. It was dark. That person knew what they were doing. Look out for your friends. It's the quiet ones usually. The ones who are always smiling and saying everything is good. Those are the ones where usually it's not good. Anyway, that was a really sad end to a story. But that was my story. I missed my flight and get travel insurance. Anyway, guys, that's the end of my video. I'm going to finish my walk and go back in my house. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.